Hello Vogue, I'm Nazbel and I will be taking you through my soft glam makeup look. It would be a lie if I said that none of us ever wanted to be in one of those Vogue videos, but given that Vogue doesn't know who I am, I thought that I would do one for myself. So let's get on to like my 100 step skincare routine, only though I have just one. So before starting my makeup, I'm gonna wash my face with the cleanser, and I use this PURITO cleanser, which is not even mine, but you know, you have to do a Vogue video with sponsored products, but it's not sponsored. Or it is by my cousin. So yeah, I'm gonna be using this to wash my face. I'm not gonna lie, but this cleanser is actually really good, but I don't think it's that expensive either. I honestly don't even know what's the price of this. I'm just gonna pat dry my face with a towel, following up with a toner that I absolutely don't use. And I'm gonna be dabbing this all over my face. Then I will be using this essence just because it won't be a Vogue video if I don't have 8 steps in my skincare. Next, we're gonna use this very expensive moisturizer so that none of you can even afford this. At this point, I probably would be using a light therapy or some sort of therapy, but I am too broke to even afford them. Doesn't matter if you are in Vogue or not, you should use a sunscreen. So this is like the only true step. Then I'm gonna use this lip balm just because I really don't have any secrets to trade because I just don't. So now our face is prepped for makeup. Then I will be using this Maybelline brow pencil to fill up the areas that really need some work because I don't have like eyebrows plucked. So ever since I was little, my mother told me to not pluck my brows, even though she did, mostly because it's against our religion. So I just draw very small strokes. I don't really do much, and then I just brush them out with the end of this pulley. Then I'm gonna take this NYX lash glue and I'm just going to put this all across my eyebrows so that they stay in place all day. Not that they're gonna crawl off my face. So here's something that I do. I stamp my eyebrow hair with the end of the pencil so that they give off this very laminated look, and then I just brush them in one direction. So someone on the internet told me that to not prime is a crime, so I will be using this Maybelline Master Prime to prime my face. But to be honest guys, this is like a Balm primer. You should really use it. Not sponsored by Maybelline because they don't know my existence either. I'm gonna push in the primer into my skin and let this sit for at least 2 minutes before I move on to my foundation. The internet tells you to paint orange in your face, but I would tell you to go for a concealer that is slightly warmer than your actual skin and just dot it in the places where you need help. I'm gonna blend this with my finger as well. I absolutely love this foundation, even though I never have worn this before, but that's between you and me only. So yeah, I'm gonna take a flat brush because that's what all makeup artists use, and I'm gonna swipe this across my face. You only want to like work in sections so that you do not end up with a cakey finish. So I'm going to be focusing the product on the middle of my face. and drag everything that's left on the brush to the outer perimeters, and then use a beauty blender. Now, hey, I know that this might be a satire, but these tips, they're genuine, so note them. I have some pigmentation on these areas, so I'm gonna add a little bit of coverage over here. So after I put my foundation, I look like a pasty ghost, and I'm gonna further intensify it by using my concealer. I'm gonna be using this concealer by Moira Cosmetics. I used a darker shade of this. This is in the shade Custard, and the other one was in Honey. And I'm gonna apply this on the outer edge of my eyes and on the very center of my face and nowhere else. Then I'm going to take the beauty blender and blend this away. Or in. Yeah. It's honestly very suffocating to do a makeup tutorial in the washroom. So yeah. I'm also going to drag whatever is left on my eyelids because I have very pigmented eyelids. These are not that great, but I'm still going to use them to bronze and sort of like contour my face. I'm gonna use the same brush that I used for my foundation. So I have used these before, but I don't really like them because I feel like they just disappear once you just touch them with your beauty blender, but I think it's kind of working with the brush, so it might not be as shitty as I thought it was. I am no Zendaya, so I will be faking whatever I can fake. And what I do is basically dot on these places because I have having a brain fart. So I have those folds. Double chin. So because of my double chin, I like to just focus it on this place so that, you know, I can just eliminate the fat from this area. You understand what I mean, right? So yeah, I'm just gonna blend that. I don't take it all the way, I just like to focus this on this area. Yeah, do you see like my face is already very sculpted because of that? Okay, so like my camera is like focusing me everywhere that I go and I can't see myself. And then whatever's left on this brush, I just drag it through. I am going to be using the blush from the same brand. And I am a huge blush person, so I'm gonna go ham. Yeah. Again, these aren't quite pigmented, so a little does not go a long way. So you don't have to like worry about it being crazy on you. See, it just blended into this beautiful color. So like imagine just one tap, it would just disappear. So I would suggest going a little ham with these blushes. I did not even cut the footage, and that is the blend. Before I set my under eye with a powder, I'm gonna go back in with the beauty blender and sort of push the product into the skin, because sometimes when you keep the concealer unset for an extended amount of time, they sort of settle into your lines. So you really want to go in with a beauty blender before you powder them and like set them in. So I'm gonna take a very tiny amount of powder, and what I'm gonna do is take this powder and sort of rub it in onto the back of my skin, sort of so that the powder can get absorbed in the beauty blender, and then set it. So that way you're not using too much powder on your skin, and you also retain that glow while being able to set your face. Damn honey, this actually is a beauty secret video. So I know I tend to produce oil on this area, so I said that well. So these are the places where I like to powder so that, you know, I don't get shiny throughout the day. Especially where I live, it's very humid, so you really need to lock in your makeup. So my parents did not give me the best of their genes, so I ended up with a blob of a nose on my face. So I'm going to use this contour shade from this Technique palette, and I'm going to use this shade. And I know that this might look like I never use it because it's new, but I swear by this particular shade because it's like the perfect cool, but then again really good for brown skin tones. And I'm gonna lightly go over my nose. A tap of the excess. Another thing that I like to do is sort of connect this part with the eye socket, so that, like, sort of connect the nose contour with the eyes so that they have like a natural shadow. Because once you apply your foundation, you sort of take away the natural look of your face because everything is just so even. So you really want to get that back with contour or bronzer, stuff like that. So I'm gonna take my time and do my contour of my nose. I'm gonna take this shade on a fluffier brush and I'm gonna sort of stamp onto the place where we cream contoured. I'm not gonna go in with this motion because we did not set our skin with the powder on these areas, so it's gonna leave streak marks. So you want to like press in very gently, and given that it's a fluffier brush, it's not gonna pack too much color, and then you can like go on the edges and blend them out. So I absolutely love these bronzers from Physicians Formula solely because of how they smell. So I'm gonna use this one and a little bit of this one, not too much because this has like shimmer particles. I don't want too much shimmer on my bronzer. And then I'm gonna go with the same motion for my bronzer. This is also a very amazing brush. This is by Real Techniques. If there's anything that I love, it's my brushes. I can't trust anybody with makeup solely because I don't know what brushes they will be using. So now we have some color back to our skin. You're not a celebrity if you can't find dupes for expensive products, and you know that really pretty Dior blush. This is the dupe for that. This is the ColourPop blush in the shade Petal Pusher. Gives you that beautiful pink look, as if you had an orgasm, baby. Now we will move on to our eyes, and even though this says Morphe, oh my god, that is dirty. We are going to be using this highlighters that I depotted from the SoFX Into Revolution palette, and I'm gonna use this shade and this shade. I'm gonna use my fingers. This won't be a Vogue tutorial if you don't use your hands to do stuff, like apply the stuff directly to your face. And I'm gonna use this for my eyeshadow. Now I have gotten so many compliments for wearing this shade on my eyes because you do not get a color like this from anywhere else, and this is just the most natural champagne-y, sultry color that you can put on your eyelids. And I'm going to use this all over my eyes. I'm also going to take this underneath my eyes, you know, on my ego cell, so that it just opens my eye. And given that we are on the topic of highlighter, I'm gonna use the same shades and use this for our highlight. I'm also gonna connect this with my eyebrow highlight. So you will highlight the places that naturally hit the light. So these places, your forehead, your chin, tip of your lips. So I learned this from Wayne Goss, and that is you should always apply highlighter on the very bridge of your nose and not on the tip, because the tip will get shiny throughout the day. So just apply this on the nose. And I'm gonna take a smaller brush and apply the highlighter on the very corners of my eyes. These are hard to reach areas, so I can't use my fingers for this. I like using a brush, preferably something that has a little tip. I'm gonna take the contour brush that I used and just take the same shade and just swipe it across my crease so that I have some sort of dimension. I'm gonna curl my lashes before I apply mascara, because my so-called makeup artist told me to do so. I'm my own makeup artist. Follow Nazrat by Nazmados for appointments. So what you want to do is start at the root and move along the end, so that way you don't have like a carve and you actually have a proper curl. I feel like this video is just bringing all these accents out of my system. I'm gonna use the Superhero mascara from IT Cosmetics and use this for my mascara. Damn, I can't do mascara on camera. You also want to coat those lower lashes. I usually do like a nude eyeliner on my inner tear duct, but I don't have them with me right now, so I'm gonna skip that and move on to my lashes. So I'm gonna use these very non-branded lashes that you can get from literally anywhere. And what I do is that I only take one lash, just one strip, that is. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this in the very middle. So I folded it and I'm gonna cut it from the very middle. So this trick only works with lashes that have the same flare on both ends. So you can't really do it if it's, you know, different on both sides. I'm gonna take this Duo Lash Glue and I'm gonna let that sit in my hand for a while so that it gets tacky, and then I'm gonna use that to apply on my lashes. So I let the glue sit and get like tacky, you can see. So I'm gonna use this on the lash now, and I'm gonna place this on my outer part of my lash. Okay, so we have a sponsor for the video here today, which is my cousin, who spends a hefty amount of money behind products that are absolutely unnecessary. So yeah, I'm gonna put this, so I put the lashes on one side already, and I'm gonna do this very same on the, can you please leave? Dana! So this is something you'll end up with, and I'm gonna do the same on the other side. So this is how you achieve a very natural false lash look. So I'm gonna take a pencil liner and I'm gonna stamp this very close to the lash line so that it doesn't look like the lash just started abruptly. I'll just press the tip of the pen with the lash line. I'm feeling a very nude lip, so I will take this ColourPop lip pencil in the shade BFF 2 I'm gonna outline my lips with this. Outline and sort of fill as well. Then I'm gonna take this ColourPop Ultra Matte Lip. This is in the shade Sueno de Coco. I'm gonna dab this on the very center. And here's my fingers. Before I change my outfit, I'm gonna use the setting spray by Morphe. So I'm gonna take this off and wear like a proper hijab. And this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and thank you for watching. Bye bye.